Hello, is this recording? Yes. Okay. So, hello everybody. I'm just going to run through a couple of examples of last year's branding project part two, and just show you how some of the second years last year went about basically creating a small film or presenting their branding project in a more dynamic way. So I'll just hopefully you can see that now. All these examples are in Branding Revisited section, and they are to be found in last year's good examples. And there's belted beef, dovetail joinery, grow below, in the groove vinyl, Misfits, vantage photography. There are actually more as well, but on the Disciples of Design, which you can look at as well. But all good presentations are now done by final year students, generally accompanied by a short, well-crafted film that's been storyboarded. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to a couple now on desktop. And what I've decided to do is show you the actual PDF presentation. So what we have here is Emma Barber's from last year. And the brief was to create a brand identity for a bespoke clothing company for oversized and undersized men and women. So that was kind of very much the brief, very much similar to what you've got. Similar kind of small company with a specialist selling point. So she called it Misfits, bespoke fashion. And a little fact here, in the UK, 31% of men and women do not fit correctly into standard sized clothes from the high street. Misfit creates made-to-measure outfits to perfectly fit our customers. We want you to own your size, big, small, or if you just don't fit, we're here for you, your wardrobe needs. So nicely laid out, 2 columns, so nice colour use, name in the top corner, branding, and then the logo type or the word mark. So here you can see the Misfits logo cropped in, demonstrating the fact that it's a fashion brand that doesn't quite fit. So typographics are very much a typographic solution, very much like your creative thinking exercise in week 2 when you first arrived. Bespoke fashion, and there's a colour. She's showing how it works, black and white, large, and then down the side she's showing how it works in the colourways that she's chosen, but also small as well. So that demonstrates that basically the logo type can actually work small as well as large, the way it's been designed, which is important. She then made the typeface and a little bit of annotation at the top. I created a bespoke typeface to use throughout the brand. It was developed by the cropping of individual letters to show the concept of not fitting in. So there we have the nice layout, the word Misfits at the top, which is called the typeface Misfits, which is cropped in on a very nice typeface as well. The choice of type is really important to this project because basically it's very much a type-based solution. So the typeface that she's chosen, had to have some interest about it. And I think the curves and the lines, the way it's cut, is sort of reminiscent of fashion as well, of the materials. Colour scheme as well, and also language. Don't fit in, own your size, we are Misfits. Fits him, fits her, fits you. So as you can see here, she's beginning to bring in the language and tone of voice of the brand, as well as actually showing off the colourways and the typeface. Then nicely laid out stationery, showing the front and back of the letterhead, how the identity will sit on the letterhead, how the address works on the bottom, a couple of business cards, and also a nice idea on the envelope as well, where you look through the window envelope and you've got Miss and Fits on the inside. So that's quite nice as well, and showing the colourways and colour scheme. So again, nice application, nicely laid out, nice drop shadow, nice use of grey in the background. Presentation is absolutely key when it comes to a second year portfolio now. Accuracy, layout, learning from good examples really. This would be one of them, but it's all out there for you to look at and basically, feedback into your own practice. And then obviously outside store here, things that are relevant as well, relevant applications, obviously a shop front, nice use of the Misfits on the door as well, or the windows, bags, own your size, Misfits, bespoke fashion, and then showing the name badge maybe of one of the employees. So 3 nice applications, all showing the identity off, but also pushing it a little bit further two sides to the bag and the windows and the name tag. Then the app allows customers to personalise their shopping experience. They will ask to confirm their measurements as a new member. Then they can browse the clothes that we have on offer. Once ordered the item, they'll be ready for collection delivery within 2 or 3 weeks. So again, what they call a walkthrough of how that would work. I'm new, so Misfits, you're in, and then it's cropping in to I'm new and filling in your details, how you measure up, and bringing in your size. Fitting room, again, some nice applications to the fitting room sort of labels, and also nicely down here on the measuring tape as well, with the large numerals as well, because it's been made to measure, and a detail also of the tag, the little tag that might go inside the clothes. This fits Lauren, so bespoke kind of to each person, so the tags are quite nice in there. And then finally, some really nicely styled up fits him, fits you, and a nice idea where the actual poster doesn't quite fit inside the bush shelter. So therefore, again, accentuating and playing up with a bit of ambient media, and a nice idea. If you look at these as well, she's bringing in a style of photography, duotone, 2 colours, also cropping in again in the background, so the background's got a little bit of interest in it. It's not just yellow, grey and blue. As you can see when you look at it closely, she's actually cropped in on the letters, and then built it up with the main line on it. Fits him, fits you, fits her. But yeah, so that's kind of an example there of what you're working on at the moment, really, and what you're still kind of beginning to resolve. Now, what I'm going to show now, I'm going to show how that was taken and storyboarded, and with a little bit of movement, nothing too tricksy, and a soundtrack was then put into an actual digital presentation. So as you can see, from that 50-second presentation, their digital presentation, how you can actually make it or come to life and tell the story in even more of a diverse kind of way. So all the, I'd watch that a couple of times if I were you, just to sort of see what Emma had actually done there. So that's kind of obviously storyboarded quite well. But it's taken all the assets and all the designs from the first stage, which I just ran through, and then give it a bit more of a dynamic presentation. Not everything was in there, but the key kind of brand presentation, the key assets were in there. But as I say, that's a really good example of what we are trying to achieve here. Okay, so that's that one. I shall just stop recording now because I'm going to basically do one for each. But again, as I say, I would watch them 2 or 3 times and really study how the students have gone about presenting their work. Not just the idea, because the ideas are good in there, but also the way that they have transitioned, or the way that they've used scale, or the way they've introduced the logotype or identity.